What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Art of Dialogue. I got a special guest on the line. So if you don't mind, introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, my name is Michael Hoover. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I used to work with PinkHouse. He's a pretty known DJ in Chicago. He's dead now, but he helped launch the career for a few guys. He helped Common, Twista, several artists from Chicago. He worked with him, and it was a pleasure to work with that guy while he was living. So yeah, that's how I got started in the game, working with PinkHouse. And the picture you're looking at, that's PinkHouse on the right, me in the middle, and Tupac on the left. And this was that epic event when Tupac came to Chicago and performed at the Regal Theater. Well, my first experience with Tupac was when I was at the concert that I showed, that I posted one of the flyers recently on my Instagram page. It was amazing that I was able to run into that flyer. So I posted and I let everybody know that was the concert I worked, so that was really cool because, I had a few pictures with a Pac, but, I only have one crucial picture left because all of my, my little friends, my girlfriends took those. So anyway, okay, well, it started off like this, I picked up PinkHouse and, we knew PinkHouse was going to be hosting this show. And we were like, man, this is going to be an epic ass show, man. This is going to be off the chain, and it was going to be an exciting night. So when we get down there, all the artists start coming in. We start meeting some of the artists, like the Brat, we had finally played her stuff on, I think, on GCI. I remember it was being played on GCI. And we had been messing with Brat, showing her love. We had went to Houston Steakhouse with the Brat. Kanye West, he wasn't, I really didn't even really pay attention to Kanye. I'm not going to even kid because I really didn't know too much about Kanye West. I ain't going to even lie. Usually artists come through 89.3, the college radio station during that time, and we were able to, vibe with all of them during that time. But I didn't really hear none of Kanye West during that time. So, so all the artists was coming in, performing, I was on the stage with everybody that performed, right on the side, not directly on the stage. But I was right on the side and enjoying everybody's performance, I vibe with all of the guys, But, like I said, I was backstage with everybody. I was, vibing with everybody, giving people, I ain't trying to say I was a drug dealer, man, but I'm like, people making sure everybody getting high, making sure everybody get what they need. See, that was me. That's what I did, what I'm saying, while I was backstage. So, finally, that's when Tupac came in, when it was, when we went through Biggie. I'll never forget when Biggie was performing. I'll never forget after the show when Biggie got through performing, he just held his hand out to the audience and the girls was just going crazy, dude. They was just going crazy, grabbing his hand and all of that, man, I also remember he had these rings on. They couldn't pull the rings off his finger because they were trying. I never forget that. They also interviewed Biggie, and I was standing right next to him. They took him downstairs at the Regal, and when they took him downstairs, they were interviewing him for this video show that you used to have to pay to show videos. I don't know the name of that show, but this was videos first started coming out. You could pay for the video, and you would be able to see what artists you wanted to see. So anyway, they were interviewing Biggie, and Biggie was telling them, "Hey man, only videotape side of my face because I'm cockeyed." I'll never forget that because I'm standing right next to him, and I never forget, you could see the side of my shoulder whenever you paid for that video for Biggie. You could see the interview that I was at, and you could always see my shoulder, but you couldn't see all of me because of what Biggie just wanted you to only see side of his face, so because he said he was cockeyed. Now that's the honest to God truth. That's what he said. So I never forget that part. Now, what else? Let me see. When all artists were coming in, I was working the backstage, the back door, so all the artists were coming in, Pac, everybody was coming in the back. This little chick came up to me with a bouquet of flowers, she was just excited. She wanted me to give them to Tupac because she knew I worked back there, So I was thrilled to get her flowers to Pac to let him know it was from this little girl. She said she just loved Pac because one of his sons just touched her, it reminded her of her sister, what her sister was born with. That son was Brenda Had a Baby, So she just loved Pac because of that. So she wanted me to give him those flowers. So yeah, of course, I got the flowers, went backstage, found Pac. I said, Pac, these flowers right here is from this young lady. She wanted me to give them to you. And he was like, he looked at the flowers, he took them, and he walked away, with the flowers. Later on, when I was back, working like that, came back, I saw them in the garbage, I don't know if it's because he didn't have nowhere to put them, but, they went in the garbage. Okay, well, anyway, moving on with the story, the show that was going on, Pac, a few of the artists were performing before Pac, of course. So, because Pac was the last performer, so, everybody did what they had to do. So, when Pac was getting ready to get on the stage, all the security was like, everybody got to clear the stage. Everybody got to clear the stage. So, I was like on the stage during that time, and he said, Pac, it was like, who are with you? And Pac looked at me and looked at some of the other crew, and he knew I wasn't with him, but he made me part of his crew. He let me stay on the stage with him, man. So that was epic, dude. That was epic for him to let me stay on that stage with him. So they didn't give Biggie that kind of love, Biggie didn't really care, I guess. Biggie was more freestyle. He was more loving, not saying Pac wasn't loving, but he was just more freestyle, Like I said, Biggie, he put his hand out in the audience and let all the girls touch his hand, he kept it out there. He just went around, they was, he talking to other people while they doing that, he multitasking, showing love to his audience. But Pac people, they were a little more harder, G. They came up like, no, we don't want nobody on the stage. We don't want to take no chances. And you got to remember, Pac was going through that case during that time. He was going through that rape case. Yeah, so he even on the stage, I never forget, Pac was begging the audience, y'all got to make sure I don't go to jail. Y'all got to stand up and protest that I don't go to jail for this rape case, because y'all know I ain't raped nobody. He was up there yelling it out, screaming it out before his show. He was standing on that, like, hey, y'all go protest for me. I don't want to go to jail. They trying to set me up saying I raped this chick, woo out the band. I'm like, whoa, that was heavy. He looked like he had tears in his eyes, G. I'm not lying. That's how hard he was, going at the audience, like telling them, hey, y'all look out for me. Let's protest so I won't go to jail. So, yeah, I remember that. And yeah, he started getting down, with his lyrics, the vibes, the beat started going in, the audience started vibing, it started going mad crazy in that motherfucker. It was dope. The event was off the chain. So after the show was over, we were all chilling, everybody was leaving out of the theater, out of the Regal Theater, going outside of the theater. And it's a concession stand on the outside of the theater where everybody hangs out. And after the show, taking pictures, finishing what they had to do, the washroom and all of that. So we're all on the stage chilling, everybody's out of the audience, it's all clear. So we're talking on the stage, and Pac, he started talking to me, he started talking to the DJ I worked with, PinkHouse, who worked for 89.3, this college radio station that was really booming during that time. So he was talking to Pac, and I started talking to Pac, and then we started talking about sports, and then, I played basketball, So Pink was like, yeah, and I had a cigarette in my hand, smoking on stage, because back then, Pac was smoking in the square, we all smoking, and my boy PinkHouse, the radio DJ, was like, yeah, he played ball, man. Pac was like, man, why you smoking, man? You don't need to be smoking these squares, dude. These squares ain't no good, man. They just ain't good for you, man. So you need to put the squares down, G. I took the advice, but I kept moving on. So anyway, yeah, so we started talking. So we started taking pictures. One of my boys who do photos, he started taking pictures. He always put me in a lot of pictures. I got a lot of pictures, back in them days with Biggie and all of them. So he started taking pictures and all of that with me. And that's how I ended up with those few photos that I had with Pac. So yeah, so after we took the pictures and all, me and Pink jumped off the stage. We getting ready to go because we all getting ready to meet them at the hotel that they were at. So that's where everybody was going to hang out at. So we hear Pac goes, hey, man, I'm ready to go back to the hotel. Where the van at? They said they already left with the van. They took some artists back to the hotel. And Pac snapped. He's like, what? What do you mean? He's like, man, somebody take me to the motherfucking hotel, man. Somebody take me to the hotel. And I looked at Pink, and Pink looked at me. I'm like, Pac, you can roll with me. So Pac jumped off the stage and started walking with me. So his boys jumped off the stage behind him like, Pac, you can't go out there, man. They gonna bum rush your ass, man. You can't go out there. Pac was like, man, fuck that. Them my people, G. Them my people. I ain't worried about that, man. And I was like, whoa, you get ready. I'm finna ride up to the hotel. I'm excited as hell, man. I'm like on another level. So we get ready to walk out towards the concession stand. We walked out there, me, him, and PinkHouse's boys with us and everything. They like, Pac, man, you doing the wrong thing, man. Pac like, man, fuck that. Getting loud with them out there in the concession stand area. So one of the dudes peek him, man. And the dudes are like, Pac, that's Tupac. And dude, they run over there toward Tupac, and I'll never forget that same dude who yelled out, that's Tupac. He tried to grab the scarf off of Tupac's head, and when he did, he smacked Tupac in the head real hard, trying to take the scarf off his head. But that scarf did not come off his head. I'll never forget the face Tupac made when he got smacked in that head from dude's hand. It was crazy. But anyway, right then, all the security came out, bum rushing all of us. So they grabbing Pac, they grabbing PinkHouse. These little chicks see me because I got the keys. They like, he's the driver. Grab him, y'all. They grabbed me. They bum rushed me, got me all in the corner, laying on top of me. Security guard pushing Pink and Tupac and them, and the guards all back inside, where everybody sit at, on the inside. And I'm left on the ground. All the security guards just start pushing everybody out, pushing me out the door. I end up out the door. Pink and Pac and them was still inside. I'm locked out of the Regal now. I can't get back in. Finally, Pink come out. Finally, they sneak Pac through the back door, and then we go to the hotel, and we, PinkHouse got in the car with me, which is the DJ who hosts the show. He hosts that whole show. He got in the car with me, and we rode back to the hotel and kicked that whole night, man. So that was a very interesting night, man. Very interesting night. I'll never forget hanging out with Pac. It was a few chicks, at the hotel and all that. And I was so drunk and high, man, laid out on the bed. I woke up, this chick was dancing over my head, and all I could see was, she had on bikini bottoms, but, I was like, she was like, you can touch but no poking, touch but no poking. So yeah, that was the night I remember with Pac, man. That was one of the most memorable nights that I could ever remember working with any artist. And that's it.
What went down when y'all went back to the hotel?
Well, some of the artists, one of the artists, I don't want to mention his name, he was at the hotel. Well, he was drunk as hell. So we had to pick him up and take him out and take him to another room. And we combined these two rooms next to each other because that one drunk artist was in there. I want to say his name. So we combined them two rooms and we just partied all night, man. We do smoke weed, man. I'll never forget, this chick that was on the radio that, because I used to was PinkHouse producer. Some of these little chicks that called, we told them that what hotel we were going to be in. They did come through and shit. They came in, knocking on the door. We looked for Michael Hoover, and they came in, and shit, one of my boys, I don't want to miss this day, grabbed one of the chicks, we started laying. I'm Mike Hoover now then. Pop was real cool, man. He just was vibing with everybody, man. They was just, it was just a mellow night, man. Just getting high, man. Peaceful night, I can't get all in detail, but I know we just hung out in the same room, rapping, smoking weed, man. It was just amazing, man. Amazing night, man. I was just telling everybody about it, man. I just wish social media was around then, man, because that would have been awesome, man. Yeah, so yeah, that's how it ended up, man. It ended up being, but Pac did come back to the hotel pissed off because they had left him, the band had left him and took all the other artists and left him there. So yeah, other than that, him being pissed off, everything else was pretty cool. Pretty cool night.
Do you have any memories from the Brat from that night?
Yeah, my dude. Yeah, it was like, I remember her Funktified, so Funktified. That shit just lit the fucking crowd up. Her performance was lit, G. And, but I didn't vibe with it until after the show. We hooked up at Houston Steakhouse, me and my boy PinkHouse, we was over there. We seen her, she embraced us, because she embraced real sweet. She came and gave Pink a hug, and she came over and gave me a hug, much hug. We just hugged all around the parking lot, she was so happy, about her performance and all that. So yeah, we left her after that. Me and Pink, we went to the show after that and kicked it and shit, after that, man. But yeah, that's what I remember about Brat, man, that night, man. Yeah, that was it.
What about Common?
Common, his performance, I can't remember Common's performance, my dude. I ain't gonna even trip. I can't lie. I can't remember his performance, man. I just know that was my boy. I know him. I got pictures with Common right now. Because he's a Chi-Town nigga. I know I used to let him in the concerts. Because I worked with PinkHouse before he even made it famous. I used to let Common in backstage with us. Let him vibe with us because we always knew Common was gonna be that shit. We knew that, G. So we kept Common by our side. Sure enough, that dude did, but he did blow up, man. So yeah, but I don't remember his performance that night, at all. Nah.
What about Twista?
Twista, that was another nigga that a brother that we used to vibe with. We used to embrace him at the station. So, we used to play all his stuff. I feel like, we the ones who made Twista at 89.3 PinkHouse. PinkHouse, I'm going to take my hat to PinkHouse. He's dead now. But PinkHouse, if you listen to some of the songs that Gangstar made, he dedicated the song to PinkHouse, a few of the other artists and MCs that died. He also mentioned PinkHouse in that song, Gangstar. So PinkHouse, he was a hot MC, in Chicago, and he helped a lot of artists like Common and Twista and all that. So yeah, we embraced Twista, made him part of the family, at 89.3. We made that dude. And Twista tell you today, right now, that he give all love to PinkHouse because Pink made him. So yeah, but his show, he was always a tongue twisted dude, and you would never forget Twista's show, man. His show was phenomenal, man, that night. So yeah, that's what's up with with my boy Twista, yeah.
Do you have any memories about Kanye West from that night?
Now Kanye, I just can't remember him because he was a new kid on the block. He was out there grinding. I used to see him all the time. But I didn't give him much love. Because I wasn't focused on Kanye during that time, and I don't even remember him maybe coming to the station. Vibing with us on 89.3 because a lot of people used to come to 89.3 You know, artists like from Chicago to vibe with us, you know. We'll get them started playing their stuff, you know, interviewing them. But I just, you know, I can't remember Kanye like that. That's just true love. I just can't remember.
What about Junior Mafia?
Junior Mafia, they was, you know, only thing I did for all of them, man, I took them all upstairs, man, and we went upstairs, and it was, one of the artists hadn't got there yet, and we went in their dressing room, and you know, I set them out with weed and shit, man. I had like a 7, and told them to roll up a couple of blunts, man. You know, all of them, Crucial Conflict, all the niggas, and them motherfuckers rolled up all my weed, G. That's the only thing I remember, man. They rolled up all my weed. They left me about one blunt in my motherfucking sack, G. So they were some thirsty little niggas, you know. They weren't making no money or nothing, you know, really yet. So, and you know, they was just frantic to be at the Regal, man, getting ready to perform. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who wouldn't have been frantic? Who wouldn't have been? They was just excited, man. So yeah, I was working with a lot of the artists. I was just doing a lot of work when I'm backstage. So yeah, that's probably why I can't. They don't stand out. You know, I remember them because I worked at a lot of concerts with them. I know them personally. You know what I'm saying? Right. So nothing special. I just know them personally from working with them over years and years, and more than just one concert. So I done worked a lot of concerts. And you got to remember back then, you know, that was the beginning of a lot of these rap artists' careers, you know, like Twista, Psychodrama, and them. You know, Brat, she got hot with that so Funktified. That shit just blew up. So you got to understand, you know, that was the beginning of their career. You know, that was about Pac and Biggie back then. You know, everybody was just thrilled to be able to be a part of that show. And I was just, you know, just so blessed to be able to, you know, bless the stage with those guys, man. The way Pac embraced me, man, you know, on the stage. And he know I wasn't with his crew, but, you know, when they came on the stage and cleared that stage, man, it had everybody in the movie. They was like, Pac, who else out here that don't supposed to be on the stage? Pac look at me right in the face, my dude, that would look at me and embrace me. It's like they all with me right here. And that was love, man, you know, and I was on the stage with him that whole show, man. It was just beautiful to just vibe like that with Pac, man, and just to be able to interview him and just to have him to talk to me and for him to tell me I need to stop smoking squares, man, and play ball. You know, I conversed with that brother, man. I'll never forget that, man. That was true love, man. Rest in peace, Pac. Rest in peace. Oh, yeah, and that poster you guys seeing on the internet and everywhere around the world, yep, that is real. That was the real deal, Holyfield. I was able to be there and bless the stage with those guys, man. It was real, 100% from your boy Smooth Hooves.